In this video, we're going to cover the many-to-many relationship between tables and how we set up our models to establish these relationships and access the various values back and forth. In our example here, we have two tables, ignoring the middle table for a second, of movies and actors. The movies table has a list of movies in it, no doubt. We have the primary key of ID and the name of the movie and probably other information. In our actors table, again, we have our ID as the primary key. That's the Rails convention, if you remember. The table name, actors, plural, Ruby on Rails convention again. And then whatever information will go into that particular table entry, first name, last name, etc. In order to establish the many-to-many relationship, because remember, you can have a movie will have multiple actors, and an actor can be in multiple movies. So a one-to-many going either way is just not going to work here. So we have to establish a many-to-many relationship using this link table. And in Rails, the link table, again, follows convention, how you name it. We name it alphabetically with the two table names in alphabetic order, so actors underscore movies. And we have two entries in here, actor underscore ID, which is a foreign key pointing to the actor's ID, and then we have movie underscore ID pointing to this ID. And again, you'll note that this is singular here. Now, it won't be covered in this video series, but there's also a different way to establish many-to-many relationships using a table that's actually a complete table, which might have additional information in here, and I encourage you to look at the documentation on how to establish that. So let's jump out of here. I already have my tables set up. So I have an actors table, and I have the movies table. And you'll notice there's no foreign keys in either one of these. We have to create a new table, the one that we showed in there, and it's going to be the actors movie. So we're going to say actor ID, and that's the foreign key for the actors, and then we'll have the movies ID, and there we'll save this out, and it's going to be actors movies is the name. Save that. So there's that table. Now we don't need to establish a model for this table because we're not actually going to be interacting with it directly. That's what these method calls that we introduce here in these two models will be doing. So here's our two models, the actor and the movie, and again, they're very simple class declarations to start with. And the new method that we're going to use is called has and belongs to many, and in this case it's movies. Notice it's plural here that we're using this. Save that one, and I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste, save me a little bit of time here, and instead here it's actors. So that's establishing the relationship in the code. Now let's go into our model here and say script and run our console so we can play around with it from the command line. And we'll say an actor equals actor.new, and we'll say an actor dot. Well, I didn't like that auto-completion there. We'll say I'm an actor, even though I'm not. And then we'll go ahead and save it by doing actor.save. Now we'll have to do a new movie, so we'll do a movie equals movie.new. And let's go ahead and give it a name. I wish, but, and then we have to save it. So we've saved that. So now we have to establish the relationship between these two. So we're going to do an actor dot movies, and we'll do the little double less than signs and say a movie. And there we've established the relationship. So let's go ahead and save it again. And let's see what we get when we do movie. So I entered above an actor.movie, and I got an undefined method of movie because there is no movie, it's movies. And when I enter movies, you can see I actually get a list, and it's denoted by the little brackets here that I'm getting a list of movies, and it comes back with the name Titanic. So in order to access this any deeper, I have to get this particular movie and assign it to a new movie. But you can see that this relationship is established, and this is how we do it inside of Ruby on Rails to establish the many-to-many relationship.